Hi everybody, welcome to another video. Today we are going to, no, hold on, where are you at again? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Let's talk about Toon Chaos, the new YGO set coming out here middle of June. All of its spoilers have just been released for it. We got a lot of new Toon support and we got a lot of Chaos support. We've got all the reprints as well. I don't think anything is still missing at this point. I think a lot of it is now been released. So I thought we would talk about it, my thoughts and feelings on it, and a little bit of history on these types of sets, how I feel about them in general, and an issue I have seen now appear doing a bit of research into this. So let's get started. So Toon Chaos is meant to be a set focused around releasing more Toon support, more Chaos support, and getting a bunch of reprints out that maybe are needed, and getting a lot of OCG imports in that we need for possibly Rise of the Duelist. So, my problem with this is, from what we were initially told, it's a wee bit misleading. Now, they did deliver on what they promised, but how it was delivered and the way it's been presented, it feels a bit off. To look down the list, obviously we're going to get the new Toon Blackluster Soldier. So overall, we got 5 new Toon cards. We got 5 new Chaos cards. And then we got a bunch of OCG imports. So we got the Noble Knights support, the stuff from the Gear Freed Structure deck that we never got. This has happened before. This happened in the Pendulum booster box. We were meant to get all this support in a structure deck, and they ended up putting it in a booster box instead. I don't think it really hurt it that much. It made actually a lot of the stuff quite cheap to build. It made Pendulums very cheap to build before the introduction of Links. And then when the new support came out, it actually made them quite powerful. And then we got a bunch of one-off things that were maybe V-Jump promos. And then we also got the stuff that came out in the video game. So Code Generator. Where's the other one? I can't see it on this list here. Code Generator. We also got the Cynet Codec card, and we also got the Proglio, which is on this list here. I just cannot see it in front of me. But yeah, we got a bunch of them. They weren't imports, but they were reprints that were really needed because you can only get them doing the Legacy of the Duelist box. So they were really worthwhile reprints, and essentially they are brand new cards because they weren't in a normal box. But we did get a bunch of other imports as well, things like the Fluffle stuff that we never got yet, the new Valkyrie monster, Magician of Hope. So essentially a lot of V-Jump promos that we don't have access to. Essentially, we eventually got them in this set. My issue with this set is it's how it's handled its reprints. Because when you look at previous boxes that are similar to this in theme, we got a bunch of reprints linked to the monsters that we were coming out. So to put this in perspective, we got a grand total of probably, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, at least. Yeah. 11 cards for Chaos. 1 card for Toons. 10% of a Toon Chaos box is Toons. Why? Why couldn't we get some of the older monsters like Toon Gemini Elf, Toon Red Eyes Black Metal, like Red Eyes Toon Dragon, Toon Dark Magician, Red Eye or Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon, Toon Summon Skull, Toon Kingdom. Why didn't we get Toon Kingdom, which was a more necessary card for this deck? Mimic Cat, Comic Hand. There were so many Toon cards that could have been reprinted in this that are very old. Yes, they're maybe not the most expensive, but it's a Toon Chaos set. So why is it that 6 slots, another 10% of this box was dedicated to heroes? Again, I do know a lot of these cards are very expensive and very old, but when you have things like Sangan, Witch of the Black Forest, Cyframe Driver, Envoy of Chaos, Keeper of Dragon Magician, cards that are not very expensive on the market are in here rather than the Toon support that the deck needs more of to make it work. You know, it feels very much like when this set was first put together, there was Toon cards in it, and then someone along the lines was like, no, we need these cards in instead because they're more, we need these cards in instead. It'll help sell the set more. Because when this set was first announced, Pot of Extravagance was sort of the big card that everybody wanted to talk about, because it sort of gave a hint that we weren't getting this again for the rest of the year, possibly. And by the way, for anybody who thinks that this is not going to be short printed, it will be. It is a chase card of this set. It will be short printed. The same with the Hero and the Chaos stuff. Some of this stuff will be short printed like no tomorrow as well. So if anybody's sitting there thinking like, oh, I'll be able to get a lot of these cards, they'll be dirt cheap, the deck will be dirt cheap. No. Based off Konami's previous track record with these sets, there will be short prints, and they will be short printed like no tomorrow. You will probably see like 3 a case of some of these cards, maybe not even that, maybe even 2 a case. And my money's going to be on Chaos Space, the new spell card, which basically searches out so many cards that aren't even Chaos related. And probably Toon Page Flip or Toon Bookmark will be one of the bigger ones as well. But when you look at this set overall, it's very disjointed and very all over the place. Like, there's 10% Toons, 10% Heroes. You have like 20% Chaos, and then you have like a bunch of other cards thrown in here. Again, a lot of cyber stuff. I think there's at least as well 10% of this stuff is also chaos or cyber stuff. Another 10% is the structure deck stuff that we never got. It's very disjointed and very all over the place, and it feels quite like they didn't know what they wanted to properly name this set. To be fair, if they had just called this chaos, like something chaos, because like something else chaos, because like really Toon Chaos, yes, you're printing new cards that are Toons in it, but if that was the case, why wasn't there more reprints for Toons? Make this a majority Chaos and Toon set, like 2020, and then the other 60% being reprints. I don't know. To me, this feels like this was very heavily edited throughout its development cycle. Like, cards were taken out, new cards put in, and stuff like that. Like, I don't mind the Masked Hero stuff being in here. If they're expensive cards and they needed to be reprinted for people to get their hands on them, I have no issue with that. The issue being that when it becomes equal to the amount of cards that are named in a set that are meant to be the main focus of a set, that's where I have the issue with it. Also, one thing was promised was Dream Mirror support. When you look at this list and you don't read the cards of actual effects, you would not know which card was the actual Dream Mirror support. Dream Mirror's got one card in the entire deck, or the entire set, sorry. This was something that was, like, when you looked at the blurb that they were promoting for this, they said, oh, Dream Mirrors are also getting support in this. When you look at the new cards, can anybody point out which card is the Dream Mirror support based off its name? It's like it's been so badly promoted in terms of how it was meant to be pushed along. Like, Chaos Daedalus is the Dream Mirror support, and the only reason it's Dream Mirror support is because it helps field spells. Doesn't have anything with Dream Mirror in its name or its text. It's field spell related. Now, to be fair, it's a good card. It banishes based off the number of field spells in the field, and to be fair, like, you will probably have 2 field spells out with Dream Mirrors. But the way this was named and the way this card was promoted, it doesn't. It's Dream Mirror support in flavor only. That's about it.